Good, good evening, and thank you for joining me. I have the latest update for Hurricane Lee. New Hurricane Hunter data is now coming in. Hurricane Lee is now a high-end Category 4 hurricane, right on the cusp of becoming a Category 5. Lee right now is moving west-northwest at approximately 15 miles per hour. And right now, it has a very symmetrical eye wall. Lee, at this present moment, is having some changes to its eye wall movement because of a eye wall mesovortex. Here. In fact, you can actually see, you look really closely right in here, you can actually see some of the inner cloud, you can actually see some of the lower parts of the eye wall. Because you're not looking straight down, you're actually looking at an angle. So you can actually see the inner workings of the eye wall. So your eye is in here. That's your eye right there. What you're looking at here is your lower part of the eye wall, looking inside the storm. You're basically taking a slice. I mean, this is moving really fast there. This is, I mean, in only, what, 1 minute, I'm going to have to slow it way down. Look at this. That's a very quickly rotating eye wall. Let's look at high resolution. Okay, never mind. All right, let's look at visible shortwave right now. Yeah. Yeah, there's an eye wall mesovortex right there. Actually, part of the eye is sticking out. The eye isn't symmetrical, so that it's still intensifying, guys. It's still undergoing rapid intensification as we speak. As we speak, it's still undergoing rapid intensification. Hurricane Lee is still rapidly intensifying. It's still a very compact storm. The winds here are approximately at 135 knots. Sorry, not winds. The air pressure, approximately 1,005 millibars. Yeah, it was 135 knots at peak. The winds. It looks like there's just some sensor issues. Just got me a little bit concerned. All of a sudden, the wind just went flat. Everything just went flat. That's a little concerning, if you ask me. All right, so because this eye wall mesovortex is on the southern side, this can actually, as I was saying, it was going to force the eye to go further west. Yep, and look at that. It's doing just that. In the last few frames, from here to here, especially in the last few frames, look at this. Because its center of mass is trying to rotate around this eye wall mesovortex. Because it's lopsided, there's a little bit of extra mass in the eye wall here. So the eye is trying to rotate around the center of mass right here. So this is why eyes frequently wobble, because the center of mass changes. So it tries to pivot around that center of mass that, you know, on conformity. It tries to rotate around because it's trying to find equilibrium, so it rotates around, which is causing the storm. So instead of going northwest, but actually wobble. These little wobbles end up changing the track. So if you get enough of these wobbles further west and it ends up further south, this could be bad news, especially if these little wobbles cause it to miss the upper level low, causing it to impact the East Coast. So you want to watch these wobbles very carefully, because let's look at some of the models. Let's look at forecast models. Some of the models do anticipate these wobbles. Some of them do, some of them don't. So let's look at hurricane. Let's look at HSFA. So let's look at these models, right? Right now it is approximately, let's look at the satellite, about 17 degrees north. So it has it pretty much right. Again, it's saying that it's going to be approximately just south of 20 degrees. It's going to be at 19 degrees, at 900 millibars, right around just a little bit west of 55 degrees. So it's going to be 55 degrees at 19 degrees north. So they're saying this storm is going to be right around here. Let's see if that's possible. It doesn't look likely now. That little wobble just cost it. That little wobble just, I would say, just moved it further south here. But, you know, that little wobble just cost it. You know, yeah, that little wobble just caused it. Yeah, so where did it say it was going to be? It is a 3-hour increment, so they're saying it's going to be at basically 55.4 and 19 degrees north. So what they're saying is it's going to be here. It's really going to have to go north right now in order to do that. So, and right now, look at that. The last few frames. Yeah, based on what I'm seeing right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be 18 degrees. I wouldn't be surprised if it's here. You know, or like it's going to be somewhere in this area. That's my expectation. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere in this area here. And if it continues, (24 degrees north at 67 degrees. 10. Holy crap! Let's try to find the winds here. 100, 150, 60, 165 knots. 165 knot winds at the surface right here. And winds aloft, 150, 60, 70, 80, 185 knots. That's 150, 160, 165. These are showing surface winds. Let's see. Knots to miles per hour. So 165, that's about 190 mile per hour winds. Yep, 190. This is showing 190. So yeah, that's a high-end Category 5 hurricane. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're forecasting 190 mile per hour, 900 millibar hurricane. So yeah, this is bad, guys. Let's look at next update. Yep, they're flying into hurricane now. They're doing their they're flying right into the eye right now, which is rapidly intensifying. Let's look at HFSA. This is even worse. 50, 60, 70, 175 knots. This is 175 knots. I'm going to have to send this to my friend. Alright, I'm just going to stop streaming for 1 second. Just for 1 second, I'm going to click stop streaming. I'm not ending the stream. There's just going to be a little bit of a lag. Alright, guys, I'm back. I'm back. Yep, 201 miles per hour. Holy crap! 200 miles per hour. Holy crap! And this is not hype. This is not a hype. This is a fact. Each of these is 50 knots. 50, 50, 50. Each of these are 10. Okay, let's zoom in right here. Right. Let's zoom in. Oh man, I can't. Alright. I can't really zoom in on this. Right. So that's 150, 60, 70, 175. Trying to see if I can find anything stronger. Okay. 150, 160, 165. Alrighty. Your strongest winds are usually right in the right front quadrant. Yeah, 150, 60, 70, 175. Okay. Man. Each of these flags is a 50 knot wind. So this is 55 knots right here. Keep in mind this is a forecast. But the fact that they're forecasting a high-end Category 5 is really bad. I have never seen this before. I've never seen anything like this. This is a new model. Right, 175. Okay, that's slower, so that's closer to the eye. And now inside the eye itself, dead calm. Look at that. East-southeast winds at 175 knots. I mean, let's check the track of the storm again. See what it's doing. Again, it's wobbling west because the mesovort, it's the southern part of the mesovort is rotating around. So this is causing the center of mass to shift further to the south. The center of mass, aka the eye of the storm itself, is being forced further to the south. Or this part, instead of going here, is being forced this way because it's pinwheeling around this thing right here, this little mesovort right in there. And there's another one forming here. These mesovort means the storm is rapidly intensifying. It's still undergoing rapid intensification right now. Keep in mind that when it found the Cat 5 winds, it was around 3 hours ago. It was around at this time. You know, if I were to look at this, I would say, oh, it's a Category 4, high-end Cat. Here, oh, I would say, oh, it's a Cat 3. You know, it doesn't look very organized beside the eye wall. Keep in mind that this happened at 23:27Z, so about 2 hours ago. This was about approximately 2 hours. So let's move back the eye wall. Let's move back the eye 2 hours, right? From right now. So 23, right? 23. So at around this point. This is about when it happened. This is about when they found those really strong hurricane force winds, 23. Yeah, so like 23:20, I would say, 23:30. This is about when they found it. When they found those Cat 5 winds, 930 air pressure. Based on what I'm seeing right now, based on how the eye has shrunk and how there's these mesovortices, I'm going to say somewhere between 920 and 930 millibars. Winds between 145 and 165 knots. They're definitely going to find surface winds above 140 knots. It's a Category 5 right now, guaranteed. We have a Cat 5, and it's not going to be... I think they may even say 170 once they investigate the eye. This is, right now, undergoing rapid intensification. These mesovortices mean that the storm is undergoing rapid intensification. It's not like, okay, I'm going to get a little stronger. I mean, it's really pumping out. It's really pumping. Keep in mind, it's not going to continue intensifying endlessly. It's going to reach a peak where it can no longer intensify. It's going to undergo an eye-wall replacement cycle within the next few hours. An eye-wall replacement cycle will cause the storm to temporarily weaken but expand. It's going to get wider. The inner eye wall will get replaced by an outer eye wall. This should start happening around midnight. Eye wall replacement cycles are very common in rapidly intensifying storms like these. Dorian underwent one. Irma underwent one. Water temperatures here, they're not 90 degrees, so you're not going to have a 300 mile per hour storm. You know, water temps here they're above normal. Let's look at the contours right now. Let's look at sea surface temperatures right now, contour charts. Let's look at tropical Atlantic. Okay, let's look at not the South Atlantic. Let's look at the North Atlantic, let's look at the tropical Atlantic. What we really want to see is the tropical Atlantic. So right now it's about in this area here. So it's in definitely very warm waters. But keep in mind, there's a lot of cold water upwelling from Hurricane Franklin. So right now, it's of water temperatures of at least 30 degrees Celsius. So you see this right here? All right, it's somewhere. I'm going to try to find a more detailed map. South Atlantic. Alrighty. Yeah, U.S. Atlantic. There we go. This is what I was looking for. So it's at about 52 degrees and about just a little bit above 70 or 17 degrees north. So this would put the storm 52 right here. Water temperatures of around 30 degrees Celsius. So yeah, definitely very warm. Keep in mind here, you know, it's definitely above 29 degrees Celsius. So and it's going to continue to move over very warm waters. But once it starts getting here, it's going to weaken substantially. It's probably going to get down to what, Cat 1? I mean, maybe Cat 3, and it'll briefly intensify and then just weaken. So if it does impact New England, it'll probably be Cat 1, Cat 2. So I wouldn't be too worried. And if you live along the East Coast, I would say from Jersey down to Florida, I wouldn't be worried about impact. I'll be more worried if you live out here. Even though waters are cold here, you know, 70, 80 mile per hour extratropical storm like Sandy, you know, we learned our lesson with Hurricane Sandy. Just because it's extratropical doesn't mean the effects will be less. Effects are the same, whether it's tropical or not. The only difference is its name, or it's what they consider it. I mean, impacts are going to be pretty much the same. Let's look at, yeah, this is bad. But right now, let's update this satellite imagery. I mean, this mesovort that just formed earlier is forcing the storm to go further west. And this is not good because the models which had the storm here may now, in fact, it may be somewhere over here. You know, because here's the thing, it was moving west-northwest. Was it moving northwest? It was moving west-northwest. And now it looks like it's trying to move west instead of even going north. This could be bad, because if that upper level low, that is to pick up Hurricane Lee, misses Lee, and another high pressure builds up over Lee, Lee might be allowed to go further west. Let me show you a computer model from about a couple days prior that had this very thing forecasted. I mean, I'm going to have to go way back. I don't even know if the GFS is going to show this, but yeah, I have to go in tropical tidbits in order to look this up. All right, so let's look at tropical tidbits. Let's look at GFS. Let's go back. All right, 0, 0, 0. Let's look Monday, September 4th. This is what I'm talking about. Here's the upper level low that was supposed to pick up Lee, right? Upper dynamics. This is very unlikely, but I'm just showing you an example of what I'm talking about. 500 millibar height anomaly. There. Right here. This is the upper level low I'm talking about. This is the upper level low, the same upper level low. You know, the same upper level low. Guess what? And guess what happens? It misses Lee, right? And there it goes. It just goes choo, and then out. And then guess what Lee does? New high pressure builds up over Lee, forces Lee to go west, and then once it finally finds a path out to sea, eastern New England landfall. Of course, this was a few days prior. New model guidance has it going over Atlantic Canada. Looking at GFS ensembles, again, out to sea. But what is going to kick it out to sea? Upper dynamics. It's this feature here. But if this upper level low is just a little further north, it's going to miss it entirely. That's why they're saying there's disagreement of where Hurricane Lee is going to go. Major disagreements with where Lee is going to go. But saying, odds are it is going to go out to sea. It is going to impact Atlantic Canada. So I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to impact the East Coast. No, I'm not going to say that. I would say watch the storm. Keep an eye on it, but don't panic. I would not say, okay, evacuate. Because a lot can happen. But here are the areas I would really watch for Lee. Again, Nova Scotia especially. Be very careful here in Nova Scotia. You're not going to have a major hurricane, but you're going to have impacts, 70, 80, 90 mile per hour winds, torrential rains, gale force, if you're out here, if you're in Halifax, Frankie McDonald, you may have a hurricane coming your way. I mean, Nova Scotia is no stranger to hurricanes. Hurricane Juan, Nova Scotia had a hurricane last year, I believe, just a couple years ago. So let's just quickly look up Nova Scotia hurricanes. Hurricane Hazel, not Irene, Hurricane Juan. Yeah. Teddy? Yes, Hurricane Teddy. That's the one I was talking about, Teddy. It's one of the later storms. It peaked at 140, so this is what Hazel did. Oh, look, it ended up being east of Bermuda, but then look what happened. It went over some upwelling waters, causing it to weaken to Cat 1, but then look what happened. It re-strengthened back into a Category 2 because it went over the Gulf Stream and impacted Nova Scotia as a powerful extratropical cyclone. So it never... Yeah. Last... Hurricane. There we go. Hurricane Fiona. I knew it. Hurricane Fiona. And Larry. Larry and Fiona. Yep. Oh. I said Nova Scotia, not Newfoundland. Hurricane Earl. Yep. With Category 4 wind. Come on. Oh, extra tropical Category 2. Category 3. Yeah, that was a hurricane. I don't care what you call it. You cannot have an... Next thing, they're going to say, what, Category 5 extra tropical? Yeah, you had a Category 2 wind. Yeah. I was really worried about Nova Scotia, so same thing could repeat itself. So we may have a carbon copy repeat, except it would come in more so here, so it'll be more central western Nova Scotia. Yeah, Fiona. This is the 5, so much worse, much stronger this time around. So let's now look at aircraft recon data. Let's see. Okay. No air pressure data, but wind data. 155 knots. Wow. Wow. No pressure data, okay, but wind data. Holy crap. And look at that rain. Look at that rain spike. Yeah, that they flew in through the northwestern eye wall. And then the southeastern eye wall. I think they flew in one of the breaks in the mesovortex. This could be because of a mesovortex, but no, that's 100. Oh, fine, I'll say 150 knots. I said 170, so let's take 5 knots off, right? But if I'm not going to take anything off, 170 mile per hour, Cat 5, 170. I just can't believe it. Category 5, guys. Cat 5. Not hype. I'm not hyping this. I'm not saying, oh, this is not in miles per hour. This is in knots. So to calculate knots, you take the value of knots, which is 6,076 feet. You multiply that, 6,076 by 155. Then you divide by how many feet in the miles, 5,020, to give you knots. Let's go to calculator. So the formula to calculate knots to miles per hour is, again, knots multiplied by 6,076 feet. That's how many feet. Now let's divide that by feet in a mile. I think I might be a little off. Let me look up the exact value. My math might be off a little bit. Feet and knots. I said, okay. How many feet in a nautical mile? 6,076. Okay. How many miles in a mile? 5,280. I knew I was doing something wrong. Okay. So 941,780 divided by 5,280. So yeah, I was off with my math. 78.8. Yeah, so I knew my math was a little bit off. I knew the value wasn't correct. So there we go. Getting a little excited. So yeah, I should have put a 2 where I put a 0. So yeah, that's on me. It's a little even above 155. Let's try to draw a straight line. I'm doing this on purpose so I can see where the 155 knot line is. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, you're definitely Cat 5. They may underplay it a little bit, say it's 165, but there you go. Because if the dot might be at the bottom, so let's see, this is one, yeah. Yeah, there's the line, so yeah, about 155 knots. I'm not going to say 180. I'm not going to say, oh, 180, 180, 180. So let's calculate 170 miles per hour times 5,280 divided by 6,076.12 to be exact. You know, or let's say 155 knots, right? Or 150 knots. Let's say 150 knots times 6,076.12 divided by 5,280. Again, exact values. 172. So I'm going to say 170, right? 170 times 5,280 divided by 6,076.12. Yeah, close enough. I'll be surprised if they actually put it at 175 or 180, but that's what it looks like. Just gonna let David know. Oh, he ended a live stream? Why did you end the live stream? Oh, maybe he wanted to, I don't know, update it or something? David! It's a Cat 5. It's a 9-hour live stream. I see why. All right, David. I'll take it from here. I'm going to be helping. I really want to help David's channel out. I actually want to be a part of his channel. You know. But yeah, we do have a Cat 5 right now. As I said, pressures, I would say between 915 and 925 millibars. I mean, I really do think it just exploded that fast. Alright, tropical tidbits. The heck? Oh, blob, of course. Alright guys, aircraft recon, they couldn't really find air pressure, but we have a Cat 5 guaranteed. I mean, I don't even know how it's possible that flight level winds are stronger. If this is correct, would make this a 175 to 180 mile per hour Category 5. Their air pressure sensor is broken, but I would estimate air pressure to be between 915 and 925. MB. Yeah, I just tweeted to Jim Cantori that we have a Cat 5. Yeah. This could be a false reading, but if it's not, yeah. Let's see what they're saying right now. Oh yeah, they're gonna keep on saying 155, 933. Oh my, what? Are you kidding me? 130? Okay, yeah, it's time to do it through aircraft recon. Clearly, that's not correct. That was a 9 p.m. update. Wait, what? 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time? Yeah, that is 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. They're not doing intermediate advisories. The next intermediate advisory, 180-905. Yeah, they're gonna be like, ow! Yeah, they need to do an intermediate advisory. They really need to do that intermediate advisory. Well, I'm talking about Weather Underground, National Hurricane Center. Let's see, National Hurricane Center. Yeah. When you see a storm like that, you know it's a monster. This looks even better organized than Isabel. Wow, I mean, this is incredible. Ooh. Watch out, Nova Scotia. And if this upper dynamics, lower dynamic. Okay, high pressure here, lower pressure here. Don't you think it would try to do that? This is what I'm saying. You got an area of high pressure over here. You got very high heights here. Don't you think it would want to follow the lower heights? Just saying. Just saying, you know. Alright, I'm going to have to look at NavGem. 12Z, 6Z. When did 6Z show? Yesterday's 12Z. Guess what yesterday's 12Z showed? Same time now? Still loading. Alrighty. So 180, right? And what do I see here? A big area of high pressure. Continental United States. Really? Really? You don't think it's going to try to go around that high. I'm just saying that you got 1,031 millibar high, and what is this storm doing? Oh. Yeah, what if it ends up going further west, or what if it pulls a Dorian for all I know, or an Irma? You know, decides to go into the Gulf. Unlikely, but you know, I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating. I'm just speculating here, but yeah. Yeah, Eastern New England really needs to watch out for this storm. Really, really needs to watch out. Eastern New England really needs to watch out. So I'm going to keep live streaming until the Euro comes out, and then I'm going to head to bed. I have some homework I need to do, but this takes top priority over any homework assignment. I do think my professor would understand that I'm trying to let people know, you know. And plus, it's due in 2 weeks, and this is related to my major broadcasting. So this is what needs to, you know, I don't want people to panic. I don't want people to say, okay, you know, I need to leave. I need to, oh, it's going to be bad, you know. But people need to be watching out. So here's an eye wall mesovortex right there. You see there's a little inconformity there, how it's smooth, 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 and then you got a little, that's an eye wall mesovortex. And this mesovortex, it's currently rotating around the eye. Another one right here. And these mesovortices are causing these wobbles in the eye. So right here, it was moving more so stably, but as that mesovortex formed, especially in the western eye wall, it's causing the storm to wobble, especially wobbling southward. And it's not slowing down, it's actually speeding, it's still pretty fast. And the convection doesn't look that strong. I mean, it doesn't look anything like what we saw with Hurricane, what is it called? Hurricane Alicia, not Alicia, Hova, but I think this is using a different satellite. See, Geo 1613, while Patricia, I believe, was using a different satellite. Geo 16. Oh, wait. Geo's 18. That's right. So I think their sensors are a little off. Or maybe the Pacific is just hotter. Oh yeah, Hova is like, I would say Cat 2, maybe Cat 3. Oh yeah, it's gone. I mean, you know the funny thing is, I think this would actually be this color. Yeah, but yeah, it definitely became a 5, high-end 5 at that. Not Lee. Talking about Hurricane Hova, and the eye was even smaller than this. I mean, it had like a pinprick eye. I mean, it was a beast. This is where the model set is going to be. Yeah, I don't really think this is going to happen. Because even if, you know, it would have to be going northwest this whole time, and that little wobble just ruined any chance of that happening. $9:30? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Current storms. Wow. No update. 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So 6 p.m. You gotta be kidding me. It's already a Category 5 hurricane. You still have it at 130? I mean, at least they... I mean, yeah, they have it up to a 5, but it's already a 5. Let's see what the Weather Channel is saying. Yeah, I agree with their assessment. Yep. It's actually going to reach Category 5 intensity tonight.
They call it running a business for a reason, because your day has
Let's
a
see
way
what
of
Danielle
being
Banks is going to say.
But with Clover, doing business feels like a walk in the park, because with the right tools, everything moves in sync, and you're always a step ahead. Get the power to make it all happen.
Hurricane Lee making a massive leap in intensity, reaching Category 4 status as of Thursday afternoon, and more intensification is expected going into Friday. Take a look at what is expected from this storm. We can also tell you that there are going to be some fluctuations and intensity to follow over the weekend, but this is going to remain a very large and powerful storm system going into next week. So here's a look at that forecast intensity in another view.
I'm just laughing at what at the models. Like, okay, spaghetti models. Let's go to spaghetti models. All right. Here's what's going to happen. Not what will happen. Here's what's going to happen. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like, and then, and where's official? OFCL. Yeah, black's usually official. Well, National Hurricane Center's, believe it or not, they're saying this. I mean, look at this model, 170 knots. And then it forecasts an eye wall replacement cycle. Yep, now that's actually very likely. Big intensity drop, and then only thing is, why does it keep on saying Cat 5? This is bad, guys. We're already having a 5. We already have a 5, like, as of now. Huh? Yeah, and there's a bit of a west trend right now. Oh, 18 likes? It's actually, let me update it. Yeah, 16 likes, but thanks, Johnny. Alright, guys. Yeah, oh, wait. And now look, now the eye wall mesovortex is on this side, so now it's gonna kind of loop back a little bit north and then kind of loop like this and yeah, do something like this. Oh man, look at that, another mesovortex is forming. Yeah, it's still wobbling, the eye is still wobbling. So most likely they're gonna then go north like this. I mean, I think they should just turn north and then, or they may turn north. Yeah, they're gonna most likely fly through the right front quadrant, because here they didn't fly through the right front quadrant. They flew in through the north side of the circulation. This time I think they should fly right through the right front quadrant. And you see how it says 930 here? That means the storm is very likely under 930. It was 920s. Keep in mind, when they measured 936 here, they found a minimum minimum pressure of 929.1. Now it's down to 930. 2 hours, 6 millibars. That's a 3 millibar drop in just 1 hour. If that's not rapid intensification, I don't know what is. This is really rapid. So let's look at the track again of Hurricane Lee. Because, you know, this live stream is about where it's going to go. But let's look at some of these outliers for the Canadian. I know these are outliers here, but look. These are forecasting a very weak system. Here they're forecasting a stronger system. And look at that. That one hits Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard. This model right here, this western outlier, has it hitting Nantucket and skirting Cape Cod. This one model, one ensemble member has a U.S. landfall. Well, island. Here they're saying it's going to go northwest, and it's going to go west, and then it's going to curve north. Upper level low is going to do that. But if it ends up further to the south, it may not do that. I mean, we thought Isabel was going to go out to sea. Then as time went on, it trended further and further west. So let's see with the midnight run, is it going to trend further west or further east? You know, because as I said, there's going to be very weak steering currents in this area. There's going to be a lot of disagreement with the models. There's going to be a lot of disagreements. I mean, this is hour 168 here. So lots of disagreements. Let's look at Hurricane Lee, Sector 2. Let's look at lightning maps, because I want to see how much lightning is in the eye wall. You're not supposed to really have lightning in the eye wall, but if you are, that is not good. Doesn't look like there's any lightning in the eye wall. Okay. The hurricane is somewhere in this area here. Alright. So we should have an update now of they should be going north now. Yep. .7 degrees, 16.43 degrees north. I mean, they're somewhere around, where are they? 50.9, 50.9, which means they're somewhere here. They are right around here. So they are making that northward turn now. Good. It just hasn't updated here on the image, but they made that northward turn. 16.43 degrees and 50.97 degrees west would put them right around. We'll put them right around here. So 50.97 will put them right here, right around here. That's where we'll put them, right where X marks the spot, right where the tip of the arrow is. That's where they are. Yep. That's where they are. See how they're going north, and they're going to go, and they're going to, so in about 20-30 minutes, they're going to make another pass through. They're going to go up and then down like that. That's what they're basically going to do. So we're going to get another update in just a few moments. Let me call Johnny now. See if he needs any help with his live stream. I think he's back on Cape Cod.
Hello, I am very sorry, but I just
Alright, his phone is still dead. Alright, I'm gonna call him one more time.
hello,
His phone died. Yep, his phone's dead. Yeah, darn it. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, his phone died. Just a second, I'm gonna be there.
hello.
Well, Johnny, if you want to know, all right. So let's look at aircraft recon data. Next update should be in about 5. It's going to be as of 217 UTC, which is 10 going to be 10:17 local time, but it takes a few minutes for it to appear here, so we're going to get in around 6 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna check other live streams out. I think Ryan Hall's all over it. I mean, he loves this kind of stuff, but I'll be surprised if he's not live right now. Hurricane Lee live stream. Is anybody else going live? Oh, okay, NBC News and Fox. All right. All right. No one's live right now. Let's see if anyone else is live. Oh, okay. So no one's really live. I'm literally the only one live right now because David Schlaughauer, I think, had to take a break, so he had to end his live stream. So I'm going to be taking over from here, and then I will bring it back over to Dave. He's probably going to go live in a couple hours. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to share this channel. I'm not good at making graphics, but I'm great at providing accurate information. I'm currently a broke college student, so yeah, I don't really have money to subscribe to, Weather Bell or Pivotal Weather. So right now my priority is to graduate. My major is actually not meteorology, it's actually broadcasting. I want to be a weather person on TV. I am not going to get a meteorology degree because there's just too much math and physics involved, and I have a learning disability. But it's with exams, not the actual concept. I understand the concept. The issue is with the exams. But yes, right now, Hurricane Lee is having a rapid intensification cycle right now. The eyewall replacement cycle won't begin until at least, I would say, past midnight. It will be midnight or later before it will rapidly it will have an eyewall replacement cycle and it will start weakening. But once the eyewall replacement cycle finishes, the new eyewall will then begin to, intensify again. Pressures will once again lower, and the storm will be wider. So as of now, let's see this is pretty accurate. I think it should be 2410 right now, or 05. Still 05. So another 2 minutes, we should get an update. I presume it would be somewhere over around here. Probably going to be around 17 degrees north, between 17 and 17.2. That's where I believe it's going to be. Just keep in mind, this plane is flying at over 300 miles per hour. This is a C-130 Hercules transport plane. C-130 cruising speed is about 336 miles per hour, so pretty fast. I'll tell you that. It's a pretty fast plane. I mean, these planes are from the Cold War. I mean, they're old. These are this is basically the pack mule of the Air Force, of the transport plane. It's oh, look at that. New meso vortex. See a pretty big one at that, right there. Look at that. In conformity right there. So, again, that's going to change the trajectory of the storm. Yeah, and it's going to force it to go further west again. Again, not good, because the fact that it's going further west means that it may, or further south and west, means it may have less of an impact from the upper level low down the line. So it's like, how an asteroid, let's say an asteroid is supposed to fly by the moon, right, in a couple of years. Let's say just something tiny changed. Let's say the sun brushed off a little more material than expected off the asteroid because of the solar wind. Even though the solar wind is charged particles, let's just say a tiny change in mass, maybe of a few micrograms, a few grams, changes trajectory enough that over time, instead of going by the moon, the asteroid will now hit Earth. That's what I'm saying. In the short term, it might not make a difference, but down in the long run, it could. So in 5-6 days, hour 168, instead of being here, it might be over here. So small difference, but major changes. See how they're all conforming to this one path? But actually, the path takes it more like this. What if it ends up here instead of here? Not because of the high pressure system, but because of all these wobbles. Again, and also it has kind of a little bit of a southward trajectory, a little bit of a, see how they start saying, oh, it's going to go northwest, and then it's going to go west, and then it's going to go kind of like a little bit of an S curve here, a little bit of an S here. So a lot can change. There's a lot of variables. A lot can change. Many things can change. Yes, I know I'm using mathematical terms. Variables, like from calculus. Oh, wow, it's a little further north than I thought, 17.13. I think the next update, it should start going southeast. I think it's going to do, it should be here. I think this is how it's going to, because you want to fly through the right front quadrant. Guys, here. You want to fly just like right in the right front quadrant. Boom. Just like that. So you're dealing right now with very likely a Category 5 hurricane. I mean, see that? That's Cat 5 winds, Cat 5 winds, Cat 5 winds here. And on the south side, you were having Cat 4 winds, or Cat 3 and 4 winds. So you're definitely having some asymmetry with your winds. Your strongest winds are your north and east side of the eye wall. Because the storm is moving west-northwest, the strongest winds would actually be on the north-northeast side of the eye wall, because that's where you're having east-southeast winds blowing in the same direction as the storm's momentum. So you're adding momentum to the wind. As of 2/19. Alright, I didn't get much sleep today, so I'm probably going to take a nap. I need someone to take over my live stream, because I eventually want to create a new YouTube channel that is going to be kind of like not a business, but a YouTube channel that anyone, like, that's going to be kind of like like a business, like the Weather Channel is going to be a weather themed channel, and it's not going to be Andy's Weather Center. It's not going to be using my email. I'm going to have to create a whole new email address that is going to be purely for weather purposes, meaning anyone could use it to sign in. It's going to be, and the password I'm going to have to create. It's only going to be for people who are into weather, and I really want David Schlodhauer, Johnny, and maybe even other meteorologists who are really knowledgeable, but may not have a platform because maybe they're too shy, like when I was younger. And any profits from the channel should go to everyone equally. That's what I'm imagining. And I'm not going to say, oh, I created this show, I should get... No. That's not a right... It's not a fair system. I think it should be more equal, that everyone should get a fair share. And of course, YouTube might not allow that. Like, YouTube might be like, oh, no, we're going to pay to the account owner. But hopefully, if, it could be possible to create it as a business and, have it so the paycheck can go out to everyone if the channel ever get monetized. But that's ambitious. That's like after I graduate college. And there's going to be a major rule: no lying, no hyping. Like, you could hype a little bit, but really don't hype. Actually, no hyping. Yeah. Only say, I'm saying it's a Category 5 because it is. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be Category 6. That's just baloney. All right. So my viewers went down. Yeah, looks like I was just mumbling too much. All right, guys. Let's get back on track. I got too many windows open right now, so let me just move someone out of the way. Sure, got hurricane hunters. Okay. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Yeah, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. Nope. 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 I'm just trying to... Alright. Anything on this side is going to get, basically... There we go. I just compacted a lot. I got rid of a lot of windows to make it more easier. Alright, so let's look at the latest... let's go back to aircraft recon. New data should be coming in just about 3 minutes. All right. So let's go to satellite imagery. And okay, I don't need Mike's weather page. Why? All right. Hurricane Lee. Let's look at the latest right now. Again, very large eye is now becoming more compact, which is very common among rapidly intensifying systems. Normally you would think, oh, big eye means it's a category 5, it's huge. No. Normally, the bigger the eye, the weaker the storm. You know, on the contrary, people think the larger the eye, the stronger the storm. But actually, the larger the eye, the weaker the storm. Think of Hurricane Francis. Huge eye, category 2. Think of Hurricane Patricia, a tiny pink prick of an eye, strongest hurricane ever recorded, 210 mile per hour winds, lowest air pressures ever recorded for the Western Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific Basin. In fact, slowest pressures for both basins was Hurricane Wilma. Patricia squashed everything because they actually flew a hurricane hunter mission in that plane. So it was, in fact, measured. All right, still waiting for new data. So the storm right now is 52 degrees. So I would say the storm right now is about 17 degrees north. Okay, well, 17.4. So the storm right now is somewhere over here. But here's the problem. The waters are going to get even warmer. Especially from here all the way. The water temperatures here are actually 29, but it's going to be running into some possibly 30 degrees Celsius waters around here. So it may really blow up here. I mean, look at this. It's got all this crazy warm water. Oh, 20 degrees. But it's here right now. It's just going to get stronger and stronger. This is upwelling from Franklin. That's why you're not conducive for tropical development here. But if the storm takes this path and goes around the upwelling, Franklin's upwelling, you know, and it gets off the Gulf Stream here, I mean, if it goes a little further west, Long Island could get hit. I mean, but most likely it's going to be eastern New England. So this region, I will put this region in the target zone right here. Most likely, I would say 80% chance it's going to be here. But there's still an outside chance it could come to Long Island, but less than 5%. I wouldn't be too worried about it, at least not right now, but I would, just to be safe, you know, pay attention to the computer models, watch latest forecasts. You know, I would be weather savvy, especially if you're a weather enthusiast. I would be, you know, paying attention to weather and letting people know that there's a storm potentially that could be impacting your region. All right, Johnny is back. All my viewers just left within like 5 minutes. It went from like unbelievable. Hey, Johnny.
Hello?
Oh, plane update. Yep. Thanks for reminding me, Jacob. I lost almost all my viewers.
Dang.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly as I thought. Okay, now they're gonna make a left-hand turn. Johnny, I lost all my viewers. I think they just got bored. They got what they wanted to know, but they probably subscribed. I hope. And I got 16 likes, so 17 likes. But Johnny,
You're watching, performing well.
I actually lost some. I actually lost a few subscribers. It's whatever. But anyway, Johnny, I'm thinking about creating a new YouTube account. Not just a channel, a new account. New email and everything.
Why?
It's so that you, me, and a couple other people can make weather videos there. It's going to be kind of like a business, like a it's going to be kind of like a YouTube channel business. I'm thinking about doing it after school, after I graduate. But like,
Which will be in 4 years.
no, a year, Johnny. I have a year left.
Really?
I got a year less left. I'm only taking a few more classes. I got Johnny. I'm a senior.
Wait, really?
Yep. I'm a senior. I'm a senior right now. So.
What's the updates on that hurricane?
Well, latest Hurricane Hunter data. Hold on. So the last mission found winds of around 155 knots. I'm basing this off the left-hand side. I mean the right-hand side of the SFMR wind speed and rain rate. So surface microwave. However, flight level winds were only found to be about 140 knots. Still Category 5, but SFMR stands for surface microwave.
Microwave?
Yep. Stepped frequency microwave readometer. It's much more accurate. It's a prototype for a new generation of airborne remote sensing, so it's very accurate. Yeah, and Johnny, they found 155 155 knots, but it's experimental. Look at this, Johnny. 178 miles per hour. Yep. Okay, all right, Johnny. I'll let you go for now. Thanks.
I'm still here.
Oh no, I'm saying I'll let you go for now because
Oh, okay.
background. Can you help me? Can you?
Oh, boy.
Thanks,
Yes.
God bless you. Thank you, John. Bye. Alrighty. Alright, so Lee right now is, let's look at the latest satellite imagery again. Still moving west-northwest. So despite those little wobbles, it's still, I mean, it kind of wobbled a little bit. But if you look at the trend, let's see from here to here. Come on, let's go right from here to here. So that would be here to here. So a west-northwest track. So it's moving west-northwest. So it's not going to be it's definitely taking a more southern approach because of the eye wobbles, but the high pressure to the north of Lee is pretty strong. So let's now I'm going to be looking at unfortunately, I'm not getting anything updated right now. This is from earlier today. Very quickly, rapidly intensified. But yeah. It's an algorithm. As of a couple hours earlier, so. Yeah, 140 knots was earlier. Yeah. All right. Oh, update. It's time to update. Nope, no update yet. All right. Let me try that again. Should be about 25 or 35. Forecast models. Hurricane. Parent B. Lower dynamics. Wind. When is it having going north of around 19? Yeah, I think that's a little further north than expected. $165 knots. All right. Icon. NAM. Wait, what? It sucks with the pressures, but the tracks. Wow. 969 millibars right into New York. What day? Canadian. So this agreement, there's going to be a northward turn. If this upper level stalls, this can be a major problem for Eastern New England. But so odds are it is going to go out to sea. Okay, let me do the plane update again. Okay, new aircraft recon data. Okay, they're finally starting to fly into the eye again. We should have an update in about 4 minutes. All right. And this will likely give us our 11 p.m. update. No 11 p.m. update yet. But I guarantee you this is going to say between 160 and 170. Already. Slow down. Stretch. There is uncertainty in any northward turn of Lee beginning early next week, but it is too early to speculate about specific potential impacts a week or more out. The biggest risk from Lee during the next 5 days will be high seas and dangerous surf. Rip currents are likely to begin affecting portions of the northern Caribbean on Friday, which is tomorrow. These conditions will spread westward through the weekend, reaching most of the U.S. East Coast by Sunday evening. For more information, please consult products near the local weather office. Yeah, 165 miles per hour. In 12 hours, they're saying a Cat 5. It's going to be a Category 5. Just a few minutes. We are a few minutes away. Let's look at the new data. Should be coming in now. There we go. Okay, we don't need this. This, and we definitely do not need this anymore. Okay, so Lee is a 5. Okay. Alrighty, so this is a bad storm right now. This is really bad. Okay, new data should be coming in right now. New Hurricane Hunter data should be coming in right now. We're about to get a pass through the eye of Hurricane Lee. There we go, aircraft reconnaissance. There we go. It's flying into the eye, guys. We are getting a right into the right front quadrant. Exactly what I thought it was going to do. That's why I thought it was going to go up and then and into the eye. Sea pressures are... It's a very compact storm right now. Very compact. Look at that. 1,005 millibars already seeing hurricane force winds. It's a very, very compact system. It's basically almost like a buzzsaw. That's what Hurricane Hova looked like yesterday. It looked like a freaking buzzsaw. It was a buzzsaw. So yeah, it was definitely scary. And unfortunately, MMIC is not. All right. Oh boy, look at that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Since it was here in the last three hours, right? That's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, almost 4 hours. It has gone from here a west-northwest trajectory. So it's probably going to reach 18 degrees north. Between 54 and 55 degrees west, and should reach 19 degrees between, I would say, 56 and 57 degrees. Well, or between 57 and 58 degrees when it should be up here. So yeah, it is definitely ending up being a little further south than I anticipated. Will that make it go further out to sea when it gets pulled up to the north, or will it have it go further to the west? I'm waiting for the latest run of the GFS to come in. The GFS is still updating. Wow, some pretty intense storms tomorrow. Alright, so let's... GFS. What? The trend's actually been a little further east the last few runs. The last few runs of the GFS ensembles has actually been further east. But ensemble member 9 does something really crazy. Look at this. It does a Sandy. So upper level low right here. Then swings westward, just like Sandy, and it shoots it out. That's a little crazy, but all right. This new update is going to give us, I believe, a central pressure of about 925 millibars. It's still intensifying. It hasn't reached peak intensity, especially since we're still seeing what appears to be mesovvortices. Yeah, I would say it's a low-end Cat 5 right now. You know what's so funny? It looks more impressive on when you look at the National Hurricane Center, at the Hurricane Hunters, than when you look at the satellite. If I were to look at satellite right now, I would say, oh, it's probably Cat 4, Cat 3, Cat 4. It's not like I had any choice. Come on, still. All right. So aircraft recon data should. There we go. Should be right now. Should be any second now. We should be getting a new update. I believe they're probably going to be right in the inner eye wall or very close to the eye wall. Johnny's calling me. Yes, Johnny.
It's a 5, bro. It's a 5.
I knew it. Yeah.
Now they're forecasting it to be 180. 180.
Who?
The National Hurricane Center. They're forecasting it to be 180 by tomorrow morning. And did you know that if the hurricane is strong enough, there's going to be no current, which means it can go further west. You do know that, right?
928 millibars. Huh. 160? I don't think so. They haven't even flown into the storm yet. Oh, there we go. They're flying in right now.
They're flying to the eye right now?
Yep, they're going in the eye wall right now, Johnny.
Wow.
They're going.
When I saw the forecast of 180, I
180.
Down.
Okay, officially Cat 5.
Back it. I'm taking my dog. What's your response? What's your response? No? Man. Well, we gotta make sure we got puppy pads. Dog for the kids. Crap. That stay. 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 Daddy. Please don't jump. Tell me she did it. We didn't get puppy pads, did we? My God!
Johnny, what happened?
I gotta call you later.
Alright, so 989. Alrighty, look at that. Once it's going to get closer to eye wall, once again, Cat 5 wins. We have a Category 5! Just as I said we would. It's the same fucking person. Same person, making multiple accounts. Alright. So let's see. Where are my mods when you need them? Freak. Please comment where you think the storm will go, and I will tell you where the storm is going to go. So please comment. I want your feedback. Please comment in the live stream. I want to see your comments. Go. I don't just want to forecast. I want to interact with my viewers. I want to interact with my viewers in order to help you guys with everything you need to know. Tell me where you live. I'll tell you if you should be concerned or not. Tell me your comments. I'm reading them on my phone. I'm on my phone right now, so go ahead and leave all your comments. All right. Alrighty. All right. So let's look at this right now. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm being, right now I'm saying that the storm is going to go out to sea, but it's still kind of uncertain about where the storm is going to go. Extrapolated sea level pressure is 989.4. So in about 5 minutes we'll get a third update. Please don't forget to subscribe. Alrighty. Alright, so right now Hurricane Lee is still churning in the Eastern Atlantic. It is a Category 5 hurricane. Central pressures estimated 928 millibars. This year, the Atlantic is the warmest it's ever been recorded. So, climate analyzer. So, right now, the Atlantic Ocean is the warmest it has ever been. This is North Atlantic. It's the warmest it's ever been. Look at this. The anomaly just went from 20. Yeah. North Atlantic. Let's look at sea surface temperature anomaly map. Again, very, very warm. Just incredibly warm. And It's over very warm, even anomalous warm waters here. I mean, look at this. This is what's feeding the storm. And also, you're having a very warm very warm waters here in Atlantic Canada. Lake Ontario, this is where I am, right about here. Lake Ontario, 3 to 4 degrees Celsius above normal. It's actually swimmable warm water. It's just crazy. Show SST map. Look at that green. See that light green color? Jeez. Like, I can literally go into Lake Ontario and swim in it. It's warm. It's crazy. And even though this looks cold, I mean, like, oh, look, it's cold. And then when you go to SST anomaly map, and you see how warm the waters are here, even though it doesn't look like it's much, even though it looks cold, that's not normal. So yeah, this is bad. Alright, so new data's coming in. This is also, this could mean a very stormy winter for the U.S. East Coast. So let's look at sea surface temperature anomaly maps right now. September 6th, still very warm waters. All right, new data is coming in. 307. I believe they may have just passed through the storm. They most likely made it through the eye wall. 108 knots. Yeah. I think they actually flew through the eye, or they've still yet to actually cross the eye. I think they may be very close to the eye wall right now. Yes, Jacob, that's definitely possible. It definitely could hit. I don't know why I just went deep. I went from 20 to 14 likes? That's weird. Aw, man. That means the people I was hiding were... Probably by hiding them, my views automatically went down. Crap. In plain sight. I guess I could. Yeah, fine. I unhid the users. Anyway, guys, new data is coming in right now. It's probably a glitch with the algorithm. YouTube's stupid sometimes. Let me... Yep. Alrighty. Alrighty, so let's look at aircraft recon data. Come on. Yep, they flew right into the eye. Let's see. As I said, 925.3. They're probably going to say it's 930 or 928, you know. Okay, 140 knots. Finally, something a little more accurate. You know, not so near 100, 155 knots. Still intensifying. And by the looks of it, they're flying out the southwest eye wall, southeast eye wall. So they flew in through the northeast eye wall, right front quadrant. Now they're flying out the southeast eye wall. So the weakest winds, 925, but it's definitely, there's a lot of 920s in here. It's definitely ramping up right now, so it's definitely getting stronger. But you know the craziest things is the strongest winds are where the pressures are in the 950s, 960s. Look at that, 942 millibars. You have 96 knot winds. So the eye it's a very compact storm. Look at that, 986. Like, it's a very, very compact storm. Like, it's basically very compact. What in the world? How did I just go from 20 likes to 6 likes? Okay, I think I know what's going on. YouTube is doing this shit. Freaking YouTube. It's an algorithm thing. It's like, I went from 20 likes to 10 likes to... I don't know what is going on, but YouTube is just... I think it's a glitch with YouTube. I don't even think it's people unliking my videos. I literally think it's a glitch with the YouTube. Alright. I really hope David is live again, so I can help him. Come on. Of course. Let me guess, he probably started his channel only a few months ago. Videos, oh, this maybe 2 years ago. Oh, look at that, a year ago. Wow. Started out, he blew right up, and I started my channel, what, 20, 30 years ago, and can't get anywhere. Of course, it's all about the graphics. You know, you have to pay a lot of money to do stuff like this. Like, I can't do this, you know. I don't have money for like good graphics cards, and I'm a broke college student. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm a struggling YouTuber. It's broke, but this is why I'm trying to create a business. I don't want to be an individual YouTuber anymore. I think it's better to start a collective. Anyway, looking at the model right now, the GFS should be coming in soon. Actually, I'm not really happy for him. I mean, he definitely, earned it. So,
drop of 20 millibars.
Yeah. Yep. Model, hold on. HAFS.
like a tropical storm, no, a hurricane, at around 75 to 80 mile per hour winds, and now we're all the way at 160. I made a little joke on Twitter. I said back in my day, we used to have to wait, a couple of days for a storm to go, from Cat 1 to Cat 4, but, the younger generation has it easy. You guys just have to sit around for 12 hours. Dangerous luck. Yeah, I mean, it's a fish storm right now. If this was over land, we'd be super worried.
Actually, I'm going to end my live stream. Guys, thank you for watching, and good night.